All right. Welcome everyone. So I am going to be playing against the Earth Day bots. So welcome if you're here. I'm just getting booted up. So let's see how it goes. So we have Earth Day bots. We have a few bots. We have this dodo bird, turtle, rhino, some kind of cat. I'm not sure exactly which one this is. And then what looks like a woolly mammoth. Okay. So, or maybe just a mammoth, maybe not woolly mammoth. Let's get into it. I'll play random colors and we'll jump into it. I'm thinking these first few bots aren't going to be too bad. So let's get into it. I'll play the Caro Con. Whoa, what is this about? Let's play something different. So I'm hoping to just have a little bit of fun. I like to talk to people in the chat, so if you are in there, let me know. Let's see what we can do. Whoa, I'll take this. Luckily, this early on isn't too bad. So I'm not going to go too crazy here. I'll take that. I'm threatening some things here. Let's attack the queen. Now, let's do this. Threatening this pawn. I'm assuming I can handle the 400 bot. I'm just going to say that straight out. Let's check. If they trade, I'm going to capture back. If they take there, I'll just trade. I'll just push. Do this. Fortify. Trying to restrict the pieces as much as possible. I want to see this square. That's a fork. I'll take those. They can take my bishop. I guess I will. Ooh, that's a pin. Let me get out of this. I'm pushing this pawn through. I will first insert this, put some tension here. If they block, I'll take it. Okay. I can handle that. I'll do that. I'll take this rook next. And then I'm going to go here. And then I'm going to try to go here for mate. Is there a way to stop mate? Oh, knight here. Oh, no, okay. Well, then that looks like mate. We beat Diana the bird. Well, that's great. All right, let's go to the next one. So new bot. Now let's go to Tim, the little turtle here. Look at that. Tim, and I'm a sea turtle. That's nice. All right. Let's play one of these kinds of things. Kind of fun. I like these new bots that they do all the time. I'll do this and then maybe castle, maybe try to do something like that. Now, do I take this? Do I? Because then they take with the rook, right? No need. I'll have to be more cautious when I'm actually playing against the higher level computers. Maybe this move next. Let's see. Okay, so now that strikes me as weird. Do I push it? Do I take it? Do I do something else and leave it sitting? I feel like I should do something. The question is what? I'm going to push it. I think I'm going to take the space. Okay, I'll just kick this away. They can go here. That's fine. And then maybe I reroute this guy. Put some pressure here. Maybe eventually go for this break. I don't know. I feel like I'm not a very good middle game player. All I do are tactics and puzzles. I don't see some of the middle game ideas. Let's do this so that I'm watching this. Well, actually, that's a bad idea. They just can play bishop here. So maybe not. Let's do this first so that they can't do that. Okay. Now, do I care? I feel like I should do something. Like I could just throw this in and then separate the pawns and try to reestablish a knight on this square. I think I'm going to go for that. Okay. Well, that's a free piece. This is what I was thinking. Like this and this. Ooh. Okay, that's annoying. That's very annoying because I can't protect that nicely. Let's do this and then that. The queen, you need more time to double up on this. So let's, okay. I'm fine with this. All right. I'm feeling good about it. Do I flick in one of these moves? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I like that move. Oh, that's a blunder. That's a pin. That's with check. You take here. Yep. Try to force the issue. Let's do this, and then take this with check if they can't. They move the king. Oh, they don't. That's fine. Well, of course they're not going to move the king because I could have taken that rook. Let's do this. This is an easy win now. Rook here. Nope. Check, and one of these will be mate. And mate. I beat Tim the tortoise. Or the sea turtle, actually. It was a sea turtle. Cool. Let's keep going. It's going to get harder for sure. Rhonda. Hello from the savannah. All right, let's do it. All right, don't be scared. Let's see. I don't know what to play. Let's do this kind of thing. I never know what to do. You'd be surprised how little I know when it comes to openings. See, I don't know what to do with that. I want to take it, but it feels like bad. But I also don't want to allow them to push and then take, and the queen is invading. Both of those seem annoying. I'll take. And then I guess I'll do this. Maybe I'll vacate. If they go here, that would be blundering this. I can trade. Ooh. Let's kick them away. This is a battle of squares now. Now I'm on this. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Ooh. This looks scary to me. I don't know how to take advantage of that at the moment, but it looks scary. So let's do this. Let's just control more squares. And I want to, if they do this, I can castle into it. I'm not really worried about this. I can just move over. Let's do that. Now it's funny because if you do this, you can't, it's not a pin, right? Or it is a pin, but it's not working. I just need to like get rid of this knight. Let's do this. I know it looks a little sketchy, but I'm going to try to go for it. I'm going to go here. If they take with the knight, I have this. And if they don't, I have this. I think that was a kind of a fancy move there. Pin is broken, so I take it. Now I have access to this. Okay, I think that was a good move. I may have to do a game review. I think that was a nice tactic. Do I want the rook or do I want the king? I want to do this and that. I'm going to win either way. Let's just take the material and play calmly and cautiously. That's kind of more my style. Okay. You have to take with the king. Okay. You have to take with the king and then the king doesn't take. Okay. So now this is just a matter of cleaning up. This is easy. I'm going to take this. Okay, I have to catch this, so I have to give up the rook. That's fine. Okay. Pre-move it. No stalemate. Okay, that's a win. All right, we got 2. Or no, 3. We got 3. It says I had a blunder. I was actually really curious about that one move. I wonder if I can, I don't know if I want to do a game review. I just want to do regular analysis. I don't want to download it either, though. Let's just do a little bit. If I click this, what happens? Okay, I do a game review on my phone. I tend to not do it. Let's just, I don't need a whole game review. Let's just do the in-depth. I want to just see about the knight move. I want to see if this was the right move. Yeah, this was. Oh, no, maybe not. Oh, no, this comes, can you see it on your side? Yeah, you can see it on your side. This comes up as a brilliant move. That's cool. Nice. Because I was thinking if they take this way, I take here. I'm not too worried about that. And once the thing, whatever moves, I was just going to take back. I wonder if they play here, yeah, I was going to take back. Because I was thinking if I do this, right, if I try to play here right away, yeah, they can play this check, and that's annoying. That protects them. Yeah, that's what this, okay, that's what this is saying. Yeah, 97 check. That's kind of cool. So I played a brilliant move. That's nice. Yeah, no, I see the chat. You're right about that. Oops. You're right about that. It is very good. I usually do it on my phone, though. I don't do it on the computer. So maybe that's what the difference is. And then, thanks for being here, by the way. And yeah, the rook move afterwards was pretty nice. Okay. I think the rest of it was pretty straightforward. Okay. Let me close this. Well, I won't close it. I'll just do this. Okay. New bot. Now it's starting to get hard. It's starting to get challenging here. We have Sunny. Sunny is a little scary. 1750. More brilliant move than you've ever done. You know what? That's okay. Keep playing, and I'm sure you'll get a bunch. It's a matter of practice. I think I don't know what this is. I guess I can look. Queen's Gambit declined. Yeah, I think it's English opening. Isn't this a thing? Isn't this like something Indian? Like Bogo Indian? Oh, I have to do this now, or else I'm going to lose my knight. I'm already in trouble. This knight, if they take... What? I don't know anything about theory. Can I take this? And if they take, I win the rook? What am I missing? Unless there's some... There might be like things that I don't know. I'll take that. They take here. I can't save this, can I? Let's try. I don't want to be greedy, though, because greedy in chess... Okay, I'm taking this. They can have that if they want it. All right. Now I have to consolidate. Don't castle. You'll castle right into capturing with check. So keep that in mind. I like this knight move, but of course it's covered at the moment, so I can't do that. But I like this. You know, this is a general idea. You kind of see that you fork the two pieces, and then the queen has to like back up, and then you can take the bishop. I want to be careful, though. Do I really want to play takes? Not really. I do want to free this bishop at some point. Maybe I make a very slow move. Well, if I take this, what's going to take back? And then this, and then maybe one day I castle. Let's take. I'm sure that's a mistake. I really don't. I shouldn't say I'm sure that's a mistake, because that obviously is not true. But I don't have much confidence in that move. I'm always afraid of something. Ooh, this is looking scary. I have to take that. Now, if I do this, am I falling for something? I want to trade pieces. I'm up. Okay, they're still on this. And they're on this. Can I take advantage of that? Do I care if they take... Okay, hold on. If I castle, and they take here, I can take there. They can take here, I can take there. So I think I can just castle. Let's get out of harm's way and say, go ahead. Okay, maybe I'm missing something. This is my attempt at calculating. Take. What's wrong with this? Okay, nothing was wrong. Let's do this. Hold on. I'm not thinking. I'm playing without thinking, which is not advised. Let me see here. Oh, I see the chat here. Could you have taken knight e5 before taking the pawn earlier? I don't know, actually. I feel like that's a bad answer. I apologize for that. I don't know. I would have to think more about it. Let's do that. I do kind of like this move. I like to just... Okay. Well, that's no fun. How about this? No, let's fortify. I'm trying to get everything coordinated. Actually, I really shouldn't have put the knight. Watch out for mates. No mates. I don't want to even deal with that. Hold on. Check. Take. Oh no, this square is covered. Sorry. Let's not get ahead of myself here. Let's play this move because it's annoying. But doesn't the bishop want to go here? So am I just inviting it to a square that it wants to go to begin with? You ever heard that quote? Like, it's the hardest thing to do is win a one game. I shouldn't be too dramatic. It's not like it's too hard. I just want to be careful to not make any mistakes. Like, no, if I do this, then the rook here is slightly annoying. Let's mobilize. How about that? Like I said, if it's a go-see, that's okay. I'll just put it here. And if they want this pawn, they can have this pawn. It'll be my gift to them. Okay. Let's trade. You want to trade? Let's trade. Hey, now you got to trade. Because I'm on both. Okay, well, you don't have to, I guess, but a trade is going to happen whether you liked it or not. You can't take this without making a trade. I can do the knight fork. So I'll go here, and if they take here, I'm living with that. Attack. If they continue to attack, I just run away. And now this is very safe. Yeah, and I'm okay with this. I'm guarding this. I'm guarding that. Now get the pawn back. Okay. I think this is manageable. And when I say that, it's almost sarcastic. It's obviously manageable. Push. Get out of here. All right, here's what I should do. Here, rook here. You could take my bishop if you want. No fun. You can have my bishop if you want. I'm trying to give you my bishop. Take my bishop. Okay, thank you. They finally took my bishop. There are a lot of moves I could have done. I'm seeing in the chat. Yeah, I'm sure. That's my issue is I'm probably not as good as I could be. Let's cut the king off, and then let's do one of these things. Okay. I'm trying to make them give up moves that they don't want to make. All right. Here. Okay. Nope. Yeah, let's just take it. All right. No stalemate. Just pre-move it. We got Sunny. So let me game review this because let's see. Game review. It might take a second on your side. Because you're right. I forgot who said it. Let's see. You're right. You really need to look at game review more often because this is actually how you learn. And I want to learn, obviously. This is part of why I like chess, is because I'm never going to be fantastic at it. Oh, wow. Cool. I don't know if you heard it on your side, but it's like, wow, this was read out loud to me. Wow, a tactical blow in the opening. So, yeah, let's look at it. I don't want to hear that, though. So, I just want to make sure. Okay, now that move is fine. Yeah, this was a blunder. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Because that just let me do that whole thing. There's no trick that I was afraid I was missing something. Because it feels rare to be given a gift. What else could I have done better? This is playing very fast. Okay, yeah, and from here on it's fine. That was very fast. I don't know if from your side it registered. Okay, let me switch tabs. I'm going to close this tab. All right, let's go to the gauntlet. We're going the Wallace, the mammoth. I have a feeling this will take me more than one attempt. Let's just say, oh, and I'm black too. All right. Again, I'm going to do the same setup that I don't know anything about because it's really embarrassing how little I know about openings. All I do are chess tactics and chess puzzles. I'm very good at those. Knight here. Okay. I guess this, right? Do I have to keep the tension? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Oh, here we go again. Oh, no. Am I already lost? Did I do something wrong? Do I take this and then try to threaten that one day? Or do I take this, trade? No, I think I take this. This feels more natural because then I'm forcing them to react to this threat. And they might go backwards like that. Well, not backwards, but defend. And that looks inconvenient. Am I wrong about that? Probably. But it looks inconvenient. I feel like the question of what it looks like isn't really relevant sometimes, right? It's like, well, what is it? Not what does it look like? I'm not really sure I'm scared about having my king in the middle. I almost want to play like king E7 to D6 and just like strengthen things. But for as long as this king and this rook are here, that square is sensitive. So how can I dislodge this knight? That might be a thought. Or, put another way, how could I sustain my knight? That's another thought. Let's see here. I'm not really sure. Like, if I take this, I can take this. But obviously they can't take because I would take with the fork. I shouldn't say obviously because everybody's different levels here. So if I take this pawn, this knight can't capture because it would be overloaded and it needs to cover this square, C2, because that's the square that I need to fork both pieces. But if they do this, they can just play rook there and win the pawn back, right? And I can't play, or maybe I can. I just know that it's best practices say don't be greedy. And I think chess punishes you for being greedy. And I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out how. Okay, I didn't find out. If I play this move, I'm asking for trouble along this diagonal. That feels, I'm using these subjective words. It feels like I shouldn't do that. Whether I should or shouldn't is a different question, but it feels wrong. So maybe I play here, protect this base point, and then prepare to do something about this guy. I wonder what this is about. I don't know what that's about. I maybe want to play like knight here, but then e4 hits me and I look kind of silly. I want to attack this pawn. Do you notice about all the things I want to do? Isn't that funny? I want to do this. I want to do that. Well, let's play rook d8. I like this move because it's getting behind something, and maybe one day I can get this bishop out. Or I can castle, or I can play king here. I have a lot of candidate moves. I'd love to get some coaching on these things. I feel like my planning is not great. Like this move cries out to me. Defend the pawn. because eventually this tactical liability won't be here. So maybe that. Let's just do it. Oh, no, wait a second. Ooh, look at this. If I play b5, they can take this because it's pinned due to this diagonal. But if I take this square now and I check and fork the pieces, they would have that same counter fork if they're rook. That should be my thumbnail right here. This is like a lot. Sorry about that. I like that, but I'm not so sure what to do with it. But there are a lot of issues coming from this diagonal. So maybe I should get my rook out of the line of fire and then start worrying about protecting this pawn. That feels logical. Let's do that. Okay, now this is unprotected. If I play this move, they take, I take, they take, I take, they take, I go here, and I'm okay. So that's not how that would go. That's not what's so challenging about chess, is I can only project to my ability. So e5, I'm attacking them, and I'm attacking this pawn. Is there a way that they can simultaneously defend both? I don't see the answer to that. So let's say they move the knight to safety. Maybe they go here. I can then take this, but then they can just play rook over, right? And they can get that right back. Because I wouldn't be able to play this pawn move because then this one would hang. But then I think I would value these pawns more than that pawn. See, this is what's so fascinating about chess. Chess is so amazing. All right, this move just cries out to me. So again, it feels right. Let's test the variation one more time. e5, if pawn takes pawn, bishop takes knight, pawn takes knight. Like that doesn't seem right, because then I can take this rook, and then they can take, which will force me to move out, and then they can take my bishop. So they would get a bishop and a knight. I would get a bishop and a rook, but they would also get that pawn. And then from that position, I have to evaluate whether that's something I actually want. I'm not quite sure. That's what's challenging about chess, is you have to project to your ability, right? I can't see what Magnus would think because I don't have access to that. My mind is not as sharp as his in many ways. So, but this move, again, this move feels right. I really have this intuition about it, but that's the thing about intuition. You can't justify it. Let's just do it. Okay. Don't you love when you calculate all those things and nothing happens? So, okay, there's no threat, right? Like if they go here, I can take. There's no like fancy follow-ups because I have all these squares covered. So if I take this, I'm not sure what to do. I wonder if I could kick. What if I kick first, but then they can do this, and then it's one of those situations, and I don't like that. I don't like the way that looks. Isn't it funny how I keep using these words like I don't like the way it feels, I don't like the way it looks? There's a lot of intuition. Oh, that's funny. I saw this move coming out 800 millennia ago. I like that. I really want to take this, but then I feel like they can just track it right back down, and it doesn't really help my case. And if I play this move, they take... I think that's what I'm going to do. This feels, again, it feels right. Whoa, I didn't expect that move. I want to take this, and then I want to, like, somehow get my bishop out. So that if, oops, not like that. Obviously, that's not how bishops move. So here's what I'm thinking. Bear with me, and thank you all for being here, whoever's here. If I were to take this, they take with their bishop. Obviously, that's the only legal, that's the only sensible move. That's defending this f7, or not f7, c2 square. So that's the thing to keep in mind, because I don't want to give them the opportunity to take my knight. That'll ruin my pawn structure. I don't really have another place for this knight that's nice. This rook is a little silly, right? I want to leave black as tangled as they are. This knight can jump into these squares, which would be kind of annoying. So I think this makes sense. I think I'm going to take, and then after they take, I could even push this pawn. And that will force them back. I can either recapture that, or it forces them into a corner. But I can probably castle and get my rook involved opposite the king. I don't know if I like the idea of pushing this pawn, but I want to move my my bishop around. Here, if they go back, I just go, because this pawn's hanging, and now actually that just answered the question. Now that this square is protected not by the knight but by the bishop, this pawn is actually just hanging. Okay, so that's a really good thing to note. The question often becomes, what do I do with that information? I wonder if I play, what about d3? That move just like hit my mind. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that so cool how chess works? Sometimes a move just hits your mind. It's like it just screams out at you. How does that work? Let's talk about that. Anybody have any ideas on that? I have an interest in these things. Let's see. So let's actually calculate. d3. Well, obviously the bishop can't take. I'll just take the bishop. So d3. The whole point is I'm giving a square so that this pawn can't be taken because the fork would hit. That's the whole point. That's the whole reason why I'm saying it. So this pawn takes, the bishop can't take because I'm on this. And what I'm doing is I'm opening up this E file, preparing myself to either castle or just move, and then bring my rook into the game. I like this because it buys me some time. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, they just moved. Okay, I didn't really consider that they could do that. Like, obviously, I knew they could move. But I'm okay with just opening things up and just trying to... But do I really want to do that? Let's take... They have to respond to this, because I would take with check. And now... This is there, but I can defend it. I'm up 2 pawns. I just realized that. That's kind of cool. If I castle and they play here, I can play the rook over, but then they could play this, which would simultaneously fork my rooks and protect their bishop. You see that? That's a nice move. That's cool. So I have to be careful, as I always do, but... This pawn's hanging. My, again, intuition, which is not 100%, is to play bishop here, and then eventually play bishop here. Offer a trade, fortify the pawns, get my king out of the way, get my rook in the middle of the board. If I play here first, I'm putting pressure on the bishop to say, hey, where are you going to go? This way? That way? Pick a way. And if they go here, I like the idea of moving this pawn, but it feels very impulsive. So I'm going to do this. Rook here. Okay, rook there. Yeah, that works too. So if I play rook... Okay, let's think about this. I have to keep calculating. If I play rook d5, how does this look to everybody? Actually, I don't want you to cheat and tell me, hey, that's a good move or a bad move. I don't want that. But I mean, if I do rook d5, they can't get away with taking this, right? If they take this with the knight, I can take this bishop, but then they can play fork, and I could move, and then they could do that. But I would be okay with that, wouldn't I? I would get 2 pieces for a rook. I think this is the move. This makes sense to me. Watch him take it. Ooh, I didn't actually consider that intermediate move. That's okay. I think I'm going to lose that pawn now. But again, I'm kind of okay with that. I'm getting my rook in the game. Right? There's not really... Well, I have this square or this square. Right? I'm obviously not going to go to B8 or A8. That just feels crazy. I could block, but then I'm leaving this, and then I'm going to destroy my pawn structure. There's no reason to do that. I think this move feels sensible because I'm going to still try to attack. That makes sense. Now, I don't want to flick in the check because the knight can return. And that's annoying. So I think I take. I think I flick in the check. And then I do something with this knight. But I lost a pawn in the process. They could actually block, can't they? I just realized that. Yeah. Okay. Take. Do I really want to take? Well, this rook is pinned, so they can't take my knight. If I do this, they have to take. They don't have to take. They can back up, but I mean, oh no. If I play bishop here, sorry, I'm misnaming everything. If I play pawn here, this bishop that's defending this rook has to either move or they have to take. And obviously they don't want to move because then their rook would be hanging. So if pawn here, I'm forcing a trade favorable. That's a question, isn't it? I'm not sure. If I take, bishop goes back, I can play here. Sorry if that's loud. Wow, I love that. I didn't consider that at all. Wow, I love that. I didn't consider that at all. What they just did, in case it's not clear, I was threatening to take this bishop. Well, they just got out of this pin, which means this rook can now laterally take my knight. I love that. And then what's the aftermath of that? My pawns are messed up. They have pressure on my base point, and my rook is still in the corner. How beautiful is chess? Look at that. Such a simple move. And importantly, I can't make an intermediate check that would buy me a tempo. I did not even consider that move. For a very, very brief second, I thought that was an absolute blunder. I was like, what? It just goes to show, again, the limitations. Take, castle. I don't even know if I want a castle. If I play knight here. All of my base points are on light squares. I shouldn't say all, but I have a lot of things on light squares. Their pawns are on dark squares, which means, so I could at that point castle, and then I have two rooks here, but then they can play like something, right? They can play rook somewhere. This somehow feels like the right move, but it feels weakening. All right, let's go for it. They have to take here. Okay. Don't you hate that? The computer makes these blunders sometimes, and you're like, there's no way. Okay, well, in that case, do I just take and just take rook king here, and then they're going to do this, and I give him back the pawn? Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. They had to take with the rook, by the way. If they took with the king, it was a fork. So let's do this. If they go for this pawn, that's fine. Yeah. I'm going to lose this pawn anyway, so I kind of want to do this. Or do I offer the rook trade, and then when they do this, I play rook here? No, let's give up the rook. Or sorry, no, let's not give up the rook. Let's give up the pawn. Oh, I love that. I love those intermediate moves. Now, my first thought is, can I flick in an intermediate move of my own? Can I play like f6? Or can I play takes? And if they take, ooh, hold on. If f6 and they take, I obviously take. If f6, they have to move their rook. They can't give me a check. If they move it back, let's just say I play f6 and they move the rook here. I can then make an intermediate move here, and then if they take, it doesn't work. Never mind. Here's what I was trying to get to. I was just trying to show the concept that if I want to promote this pawn. I want to promote this pawn. let's just say that. Okay, this is fun. This is fun. Chess is the best. If I throw this in now, I'm pretty much debating between f6 and f takes g. I'm not moving this knight. That feels like something I should not do. Okay. F6. Rook E4. If I take, they just take my rook, or they just take my knight, and then I can't push because they would be able to just get behind me. So maybe all I can do is flick in this take. Hold on. Maybe I can't do any of that. Maybe I need to move my knight. Okay. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of thinking. I'm not doing a lot of talking. F6, they move back. I like the idea of F6 to just perturb this rook. But why do I even... What's wrong with just moving my knight? Did I even say any of that? Why can't... Because that protects this square. I'm up... Okay, I'm up a piece. Why am I trying to be all fancy? I think I was so fixated on the idea of trying to promote this pawn that if I took, they would take... And then I was trying to get the idea of that if I push, they can't get behind me. That's just why I wanted to play F6. But if F6, rook here, and then if I push again, they just take their knight. And then it's like, oops. But then I could take here, but then they can recapture. And then, yeah, this is, yeah, okay. Let's just move the knight. I just said a minute ago, I'm not moving that knight. Okay. Okay. I think I'm going to take this and move here. I don't see any other reason to do anything else. Maybe I'm playing this too fast and loose, as they say. Okay, I don't see a reason to not play this and this. Rook, yeah, I would say rook there. Here. I don't want to go into this trading warfare. I don't want to go here and then check and then I move or block and then they take another pawn. Oops. I don't want any of that. I want to just minimize their counterplay. So if I go here, they can check me. I can just back up. This is strong. Or I could just say, hey, I got an extra piece. I can play rook g7 and wait. But do I want to wait? I don't want to be. I want to be active, not passive. I can play. Why don't I just play f6? This is strong. Let's do that. I'm trying to think of ways to fortify. Let's do that. f6. Let's do it. I'm on this pawn. I don't have a fork. If only I can get my bishop, my knight here, it would be a fork. I could take this and then throw a knight here. Okay. I think I start approaching with the king and I start bullying their pieces. Or I also like the idea of like rook here, stop any like just stop material moving. I like the king move though. That move again feels more intuitive. Okay, I don't know if I care about that. They're gonna start trying to hit me, but I have my base points covered because this knight is glue. Okay, I'm not worried about that. What I need to do is I need to get the rooks off the board. That's my objective. This feels right. It's funny how like you have to be so careful. Okay, I have a check. But what does that actually do, you know? I wish I could take this and play here to do some kind of fork, but I need the rook to be here. Maybe I just play here and say, hey, I'm threatening to come in, and I just move my king and I slowly start invading. I don't really want to move this pawn because I feel like this knight is the stronghold, right? This knight is holding this because I want to move this pawn one day. Why don't I move that pawn now? Let's squeeze them. Okay. Now do I care about anything? Okay, I can do this. They can't get at this pawn because to do that they need access to this. But they're also telling me, okay, you got a lot of nice moves, but prove something. this. I'm okay with that. Okay. I need to start doing something more productive, though. I don't know if I want to move this knight. I don't want to get their king. I don't want their pieces coming in. Let's do this. Again, I'm trying to block them off. If they go back, then they're not... Okay. What is that even doing? Do I care about that? Push. What is the threat? Is there a threat? If they go back, they can't go anywhere. They're starting to run out of squares. March. King here. What is this? It's a lashing out move. I'm not worried about that move. I can take this en passant, as the French would say. Yeah, this is strong. Everything's strong. King here. I'm threatening a rook here to trade rooks. Okay, my rook is entering. The rook is part of the party. Yeah, they couldn't go here because then I would have played rook here. Okay. This is like a slow grind. No stalemates, though. Be careful. Okay, I like that move. Check first. No reason not to. Check here. Check. Nah, just win calmly. Okay, no stalemate. No fancy stuff. All right, I'm fine. We did it. We're gonna do it. Yeah, I do this. Am I scared about anything? No. I just give it the pawn. Take this. They're not... There's no stalemate worry. Just don't mess up, Frank. Okay. Watch stalemate. It's like, no. Okay. This is fine. I'll just move my king in. They have squares. They have squares. Either way, it's mate. Just pick the square. No stalemates. Bang. We did it. We beat the bots. We beat all the bots. That was a very methodical game. I had 5 misses. Do you see that on your screen? Yeah, you do. Gosh, that's embarrassing. But this is why I make these. That was a 60-move game, and I felt like I was playing the end very cautiously. Let's game review it, everybody. Let's do it. Okay. I'm interested. I'm interested in all these things. I'd like to think I'm interesting too. Let's see. It's analyzing. It's going to tell me all the things I did wrong. It's like, hey, you ruined your advantage. It says I was being outplayed in the opening. That's a bummer, but that's pretty fair. But then I seem to throw away some stuff. Look at that. That's a big shift. I'm looking at this evaluation. Can you see? Yeah, you can see it on your side. Let's start the review. Okay, let's go. So I don't know these things. Am I supposed to take that? That says great move. That's the only move. If not, my bishop gets taken. So I don't know about that. I guess it says the only move. Maybe that's the definition of it. Okay, well, let's go back. I wanted to understand if whether or not... Oh, it said that was a good move. Not the best, but not bad either. Well, what is the best? King there. Whoa. I would not have thought that. Remember earlier? I think I said that during the game. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to move this. That's cool. Because I was saying, I don't know if I'm really scared about the king. I was mentioning castling, but I think I actually did say I wanted to play here and here. I remember saying something like that. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, this is a mistake for them. I look at all these different misses I had. Or no, or is that's them. They're the white side, I'm black. Okay. So what was their miss? Your pawn is undefended, it says. But it's not. Like, yeah, it is. But can I just play here? Not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. How is that not a... Oh, because they hit me right back. Yeah, I didn't see that far ahead. I wasn't looking at that. I was so fixated on this pawn being covered. Very cool. Okay, let's keep moving. So I think that's every miss, quote unquote miss, is me continuing to not recognize that they have this double jump. So that's a lot of my mistakes. Okay, now I made that comment about this. Show follow-up, sure. Yeah. And then here. Has to be here, yeah. I gotta move. Take with the bishop, take with the rook. Okay. Here. There. I don't know if I want to trade that. But I like black's. Yeah, this is a good position for black. This pawn is annoying. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, that move is a mistake. It's an ouch. Yeah, this is what I mentioned, right? I left that pawn hanging. I mentioned that I didn't anticipate the follow-up of the king move. I didn't even think about that. So, which is funny because it says that's the opportunity they missed. So again, I was thinking that this move would have led to this situation. And like if they do this, I could have flicked in this, couldn't I? Hold on, let's get that. No, maybe not, because they could take here. But then I could take here. Yeah, obviously they have to take this. They can't get away with that check. Okay, let's not get too deep into the weeds here. Fascinating. So I messed that up. Yeah, see, I had this instinct about this move, and it felt wrong, because I felt like I was making this base point so vulnerable. But, like I said earlier, sometimes it's not really a matter of how you feel. It's just the objective fact of the position that it's okay. It's like the actual concrete details. Because, yeah, I remember I said I missed that. I totally missed that. And that led to this whole sequence. Yeah, throw in the check. Oh, that was a mistake? So it wanted me to go in for this. Well, I didn't really want to go in for this. I felt like their pawns were like better. Because they have a light squared bishop and I have all these targets. Yeah, that move was like bad. And from here it's pretty easy. I just had to be careful. Okay, this is the best move? Oh yeah, because it makes sense, right? What else am I supposed to do? I'm losing this pawn anyway. I might as well try to destroy their structure. And then here is where I had so many thoughts, right? I had so many thoughts about this move, whether I had the ability to flick in one of these like intermediate moves, this intermezzo moves. The Zwischenzug or whatever it's called. I always forget. Zwischenchuk. You can tell that I know the word, but I can't say it. I don't know the words well enough. It's like Zugzwang, but not. Okay, so do any of those moves work? No. Knight d5 is best. So let's make sure I catch it. So if I did this, the idea was that it was going here, right? Oh, now it says f6 is best. Well, that doesn't make sense. Okay, I didn't anticipate that. Let me go back slightly. I was thinking f6 here. Is that a bad move? Because I can't get away with this because I would hang this, right? That's the idea. Yeah, it loses a knight. Yeah. They take here. I don't have time because they can make it back. Yeah, it's an intermediate move, but still. Yeah, they can just take this. They can do it in a bunch of ways. That's not good. Okay, let's keep going. And then yeah, from here, I felt like just march the pieces forward and just very carefully grind out a win. I was looking for fancy tactics, but I've heard that endgames are full of tactics, and that's where my mind goes. Sweet. Well, that was fun. We took down the bots. We took down the bots. I don't really want to end the stream though. I kind of want to do some puzzles. Maybe we can see what that looks like. Let's try this. Let's try some puzzles. I missed no bots. We got all of them. Cool. Like this. Let me close this tab. Okay. Let's go to puzzles, puzzle rush. So from your side, you can see it, right? Yeah, you can. Okay, good. Let's do some puzzles. Let's do 5-minute puzzles. 44 is the best I've ever gotten. I honestly think the phone has something to do with that. Okay, let's take this. Take this. I really need to get better at these. It's black to move. Okay. Sometimes that's what I struggle with, is to understand who's to move. And then here, a lot of mates early on. Okay, checkmate. Okay, checkmate. This is a mate in 1, 2, 3. This is a mate in 1, 2. Right? I had to go there. I have to pick the right check. This king there. No, that feels wrong. This king here. That king there. That. Okay, that feels better. Okay. Isn't it funny how, like, you have to pick? Okay. This was crying out to me. This rook is covered, so I'm fine. And this is still hanging. Okay. Ooh, that's a nice mate. The rook is the MVP there. That rook just blocked the out square. Check, back up. Okay. Ooh, be careful in this one. So there's this check too. Queen takes. You check me. I move. I think this is the right one. Yeah. I can always flick in this. Yeah, that's why that matters. Okay, well, that rook is protected by the king, and the king is vulnerable on that diagonal. This move is saying to do it. I just don't see the fall. Oh, no, this one, because of the pin. I was looking for a mate. So, check. Knight takes, check. Here, checkmate. Is that? Yeah. Ooh, what is that? What is the name of that? Dovetail? I always forget the names of these things. That's mate. That's a forced. I like that pattern. I don't know a lot of the names of the patterns. I've been playing these kinds of puzzles forever, but I don't know the names of them. So push. I don't want to do that. I need to, I don't want to draw. I want to win, right? So push. Take. If they push, I push. They push, I push. They push, I push. They queen, I queen. But that doesn't seem right. That seems like a draw. So I need to do this in the right order. I have to be careful. I want to just take this. Take. And if they take this pawn, push. No, that seems too slow. Push. And I'm moving too slow. Do you just go here? You do? I need to keep this pawn. Or else I'm gonna lose the if I do this, they play there and I have no way of protecting it. So I need to keep this pawn around, or I need to get rid of the bishop. No, I'm missing something on that. I'll go back to maybe. I don't know if I will go back, but I should. Oh, this one I win the rook. Isn't that funny how some of them you see in a moment, the other ones you don't? This check feels right, and then followed by this, and then that mate. because the rook's going to come over. Oh, I guess not. The rook was going to come over, I thought. This check is looking like something I want to do. Yeah. Isn't that funny? There's just these, they just emerge. Check and mate. Oh. And then rook sack. Rook sack, no. Well, I guess do that. It's not even a sack, it's just an exchange. I have 10 seconds. This move's crying out to me, but I can't justify it. I'm just gonna play it. That is the right move. See, what is that? What is that intuition, right? It's just intuition. You don't actually know that that move works. I know I want to go back to this because I feel silly for not getting this. So I played here. Oh, play puzzle, play problem. Do I just keep pushing? This I do? But what if they do this? What? That's the answer? What's my issue? That's a deeper problem, Frank. So, like, this is what I was thinking. If I do this, they keep pushing. If I play this, don't they just take me out? Oh, because I can get back. I guess I'm not. I was afraid of being unable to guard this. But because I can get here, that's the crux. Or I could just run. Yeah. All right. Let's go here. Let's close these analysis things. I don't need anybody seeing all that. No point of anybody looking at my old puzzles. So I'll close those. Okay. I think I can maybe do better than 31. What was the answer to this one? I feel like check here. Oh no, this check. Yeah, that would be better. Okay, that's fine. Let's keep going. Thank you to the few of you here. Chess is so great. I feel like I really could do this all day. I think that's kind of how you know you love something. Okay. This is check 1, 2. All right. That bishop is helping defend. Same exact pattern. Oops, I need to grab the piece. See, my mouse speed is never good enough. This is check, and it's mate in the corner. That's a nice mate. That's just checkmate. You can see how my speed slows down. The queen is guarding the out square. I need mouse speed training. Mate. I see the answer relatively quickly. It's just a matter of how I can execute that answer. How you stopping this pawn? Oh, okay, that's how you stopping it. There. Well, can't I just do this anyway? What? I thought they would go the other. I thought they would go here so I can. All right. I guess not. It's mate. That's a smothered mate. That hurts. I'm not sure. Take. I don't see like an immediate. Oh, I'm trapping the queen. Okay. Check there, mate. Oh, well, the queen here I thought was what was happening. Here, and this is blocked off. They have to block with this rook. Let's go. All right. Here. This looks like a pattern where you sacrifice everything. Yep. Oh. I was just thinking what did I do? Isn't that crazy? I didn't realize all that. It still works, doesn't it? Yeah. I was expecting it to be the other way around. Is this queen trapped? That queen looks trapped. If I go here, how you getting out, queen? Okay. I was thinking maybe the knight was going to interpose. Okay. Check. That doesn't feel this one. All right. That square is still unprotected. That G7 square was still unprotected. So I have to do that with the bishop first. That way I can capture with the queen. I can take this because that fork is vulnerable. Yeah. I was making sure there was no like secondary fork. You know how sometimes you make a fork and then you still end up losing? So check. If they block, I go there. This check first, maybe? What's the difference? Well, that check has to be first because that check is visible. So I think this check is first. Because now I do this. And then that is unprotected. Beautiful. What a beautiful puzzle. I could take this. Right? That's not mate. Who cares about that? Just move back. All these squares... Not all these squares I can move to? Wait a second here. How does that make sense? This pawn is going down the board. So if I go here, and they check me, and I go here... Oh. What? How does that... I don't get why I couldn't do anything else. This looks scary, but it seems fine. Yeah, I can just go here. I'm safe. Take. Desperado. All right. Okay, that works too. I didn't see that one. But it's check, so I have to respond to it. I think I have to do this first. But then the king can get here, and I can go there, and the king is in the box. If I do this first, let's do this first. Okay. This looks like it has to be the move. Why? Why don't I see it? I don't see anything. Check and then hit this. This looks painful. Ooh. Throw in the intermediate? Or do I hit here? Oh, 39. That's pretty good. I haven't gotten over 40 in a long time because the mouse is usually the slow thing. All time, that's my 23rd best. Dang. And that last one I did not... Or no, I think that one did count. Right? How many of these are in a row? That was pretty good. Okay. I think this would be at 12 in a row, right? 12, and then these are the 3, right? Has to be for it to be 39. Nice. Let me try again. This is fun. Ouch. Okay, I usually look for a mate. I was like, there's no mate there. Whoa. Take it. Take it. Take it. I don't like the puzzles that are like, you essentially just are forced to resolve the tension. No. Mate wins. Mate's been... Like the way I said that? No. I'm saying no to myself. Okay. This is nice. That's such a nice move. Because that move hits on so many levels. Check and mate. Check and mate. It was already mate. That's already mate. This pattern. Seen that pattern. If I had $1 for every time I've seen that pattern, I'd have probably just a handful of money. Because I haven't seen it that many times. I always say I want to do this, and then this moves, and I can take stuff. Yeah, it's just a matter of executing that. Oh, I thought they were going to block with the knight. Ooh, my queenie is almost trapped. But she's not. Yes, that's right. I said the queenie. That seems fine. This seems fine. Because I'm taking the rook. Right? There's no... That looks scary. I don't know if I like that. This check here. How are you going to hurt me? You have a check. Okay, I can take that. I'm good. Here, and then here. Easy enough. Here, take, and then you play king there because you have that extra coverage of the square. I have 3 pawns? Which pawn do I move first? Pawn, pawn. Oh, geez, I just guessed. I just expected the outside one to be, or the inside one. What? What? Give it up. Take it. Promote. This is a hanging piece. But do I want to take it? Because, yeah, this is covered by... But look at how scary this looks. Oh, it's not right. See, I'm rushing a little bit now. Okay. Let's not rush too much. I have 2.5 minutes left. If I take... Okay, hold on. I have an intermediate check, but they could block. And then I could take with check. And then I could take this, but then they can make... Okay, hold on. Hold on a second here. Hold on. My first thought is intermediate check, but then they could even play this move. That's annoying. Or no, whoa, 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 whoa. If I play this, they can play this with check. I could take their piece. They could take my queen. What is that move? That's bananas. All right. Take. I think that maybe that's right. Keep taking stuff. Yeah. Check. The king moves and it's mate. I thought I was overthinking that all day. You draw the king in just to destroy. This looks like it would be perpetual check. Let's be careful. Yeah. I almost fell for that one. I almost fell for it. This, ooh. That pinned, ooh, hold on. Drop it on a piece that's mine. I learned that. Okay, look at this. Look at this. This is right, isn't it? This, and then you have to play knight here. What a sweet. That's a cool one. I learned that trick, by the way. Man, this puzzle is too complicated for me to say my story. This, no. This, no. This. Too many complexities to resolve in moments. If I take. Yeah, okay, that wasn't too many complexities. Block. And then if you take my queen, I'm on this. But that doesn't make sense. Take. I'm on there. Yeah, do that, and then the knight's trapped. I was going to say that the trick of taking your piece and placing it on your own piece when you're trying not to move, that's a trick I learned from watching Chess Network, Jerry, who really is one of the inspirations for this channel, by the way. And if he ever happens to see one of my videos, that'd be great. But that's the motivation, is like sometimes you move a piece and you're holding it and you don't know what to do with it. And I've seen people, and I've done it myself, like try to put it back on the correct square, but you misplace it just by like doing it too quickly, and you lose the move. So that's where that comes from. Okay, so I think that was kind of fun. I think I did quite a bit. The best today is 39. What's the leaderboard? Friends, global, 93. Jeez. How are you getting 93 in what, 3 minutes? 5 minutes? This is all time? How about hourly? Gosh. I'm 8th. Hourly. Hey, that's me right here. That's kind of cool. I would love to play some of these people. I would get destroyed. I think I'm better at puzzles than anything else. Friends? You can look at my friends. I have no friends. Okay. No friends on the leaderboard. Okay. I was like, I have some friends. That's insane. Daily, 67 today. Wow. Yeah, on the daily thing, I'm 546. Yeah, that's about where I belong compared to everybody else. Wow. These are some killers in here. Look at all these people. GMs, IM, FM. Amazing. Super cool. I'd like to do a 3-minute puzzle rush. 27 is my best today. I think I did that on the phone earlier. Because, yes, even though I make videos and stream, I still play chess on my phone more than I probably should. Because that's what happens when you love the game. All right, I'm going to try to speed it up a little bit. So, it's just my... Oh, see? I just did it. I tried to put my mouse... I tried to put my, my king there instead of the queen. Because my mouse speed is rough. Dovetail? No, hold on. There you go. See, put it in the right square. The epaulet, right? Is that what that's called? The epaulet, mate? Okay. This one. Block the king off. I want to do this, but I'm not so sure where it leads. This, and then... Do I push or take? Push or take? If I take... I can't take. It's a pin. Do I do an illegal move or not? And then you realize, hey, you can't do illegal moves. That's the definition of the word. That was funny. Okay, this is mate. I was trying to make an illegal move. And I'm like, do I make this move or not? I couldn't quite understand what to do. That was funny. Okay. You just take, right? Take. Yeah, there's just too much firepower on this thing. Okay, and I could have played queen there check afterwards. This is a good pattern. I've seen this. That's a nice mate. That's just mate there. I think the temptation is the square itself, but it doesn't need to be used. I would love to do this, but it doesn't work. What's the win? What's the delay? Why am I not seeing it? Trying to look for the check. Remember the quote, right? The threat is more powerful than the execution. That is true. This, and just keep pushing. That was the fastest mouse I had all day. Ooh, take here first. Oh, I missed that. But it doesn't matter. This looks like something I should just do here. Because they can't cover that square. They have to give their queen up or something. Cover this. That's a check. And they can't do much about it. This is mate. That's a mate. Ouch. That's a dovetail again. This... The queen is covered, but I'm going for the king, not the queen. That's fine. Okay. Again, same pattern. So what here? This move looks appealing. Drag the king out. Here. No, don't do that. The second I saw it. 35? Let's go. That's pretty good. I really don't do that well on the computer. Really fun. Really fun. Let's go to the leaderboard on this now, because I haven't done... Now that we're seeing 3 minute. So let's go to the hourly. Maybe I have a chance. 15th. That's awesome. Hey, there I am. I wonder if I know any of these people. I highly doubt I do. But I made friends on chess.com with some of the better players. Like, by that I mean I sent them friend requests. I actually don't know them. Super cool. Awesome. I think that's kind of it. I don't know, maybe I can do some puzzles. I like to look at really high rated puzzles, as you can see here. Maybe I'll do a couple puzzles I failed. There you go. Well, Puzzle Rush is fun. Let's do another couple Puzzle Rush, because that just seems fine. And then I'll call it for the night. I've enjoyed doing these. Mate on E8. I see it. Smother. 1, 2. Smother. It's mouse speed. Ah, see? It's mouse speed. It's like have you ever heard of Jeopardy, where the goal is to hit it's the buzzer sometimes. It's not even necessarily the answer. Everybody knows the answer. They're all good enough to know it. It's just who can hit the buzzer first. And, of course, I'm not saying that about this necessarily. What I'm saying is I'm not too bad, but I think the mouse speed has a pretty big impact. I'd probably get another 1 or 2. Oh. Check, remove the defender. Check that. Oop, I almost just mouse slipped. Oh my gosh. I was ready to take the rook with the with the opposing knight. That was funny. That's mate. Check first. And just, I'm going for the king. I want the king. I don't want that knight. I want the king. Check. Check. Checkmate. I like those patterns. Check. No, you can't check there. Oh, here. Here? That feels correct. What if I just went here? Like a slow move. Or like one of these moves. Wait, what's wrong with this? One. Oh no! Oh, I kept thinking the king can go there. Oops. That's just me being wrong. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Follow up. Well, it's okay. I can take it. I'm just trying to get my queen out of that pin. Here, how you stopping this? How you stopping that? You're not. I could take this, and I could take this knight. How you stopping this? You're not. How you stopping this? You're not. I can promote to a rook, can't I? Oh no! Oh, the rook was on there. What am I looking at? I got too excited. I got too excited saying the same phrase over and over. Okay. That one hurt. I'm trying to just make up for it. I'm not thinking. I'm not calculating. I should be. Okay, I'm not calculating even more now. I got only a few seconds left. What? What do I do? I want to like just play queen here. That doesn't make sense. I guess it does. I want over 30 at least. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. It's white to move. Where is this king? How is this king here? All right, that was pretty bad. That's when I had to get real close to the microphone. That was pretty bad. Oh, sorry if that's too loud. Okay, I gotta get at least 30. I think I gotta get 30. It gives me the good job, and I appreciate that, but I don't think I earned that. All right. One day I will do better. That day might be today. I have to just play fast. 1, 2, 3. I have to see it. If only it was that easy, right? Just see the answer. Take, and then here, and then mate. Come on. I'm trying to move faster. We don't have time for this. I can take that as pinned. Here, and then here. That doesn't look right. But maybe it is. No, I was thinking about taking here and then taking the rook. Ouch. Ouch. That's the downside of rushing. This is the balance of quality versus time. Because if I had all day, I would solve a lot of these puzzles. I still wouldn't get all of them. Surprisingly, I would still not get all of them. Counter check. Push. I push with check. And then I'm in time. I would be in time. Check. 1, 2. Oops. Don't right click it. There you go. I can do this. The outside passer wins the game. I almost just picked up the wrong piece. That's a fork. Ooh. Throw in the check. Don't forget about the checks. Don't do what I almost just did. Is this mate? Hold on. Check here. Check. Not quite. Not quite. But it looks like that's the right move. Maybe instead of doing it that way, you do it this way. Not with the pawn, but with the bishop. Double check. The king is forced to move. That's the thing I learned a long time ago. Remove the defender. Take on h2. I gotta go faster. Here. Take. There's got to be a follow-up. Give this up and then fork. Whoa! Okay. I guess I take this then? They're not going to perpetual. There's no perpetual check. I can back my knight up. See, don't you love that? I just did not anticipate that move at all. Okay. I can do this. I can get a fork. Or not a fork, a skewer. These names. Who makes these names up? Okay. This looks appealing. Oh, it's not. Well, maybe it was, but not the right move. Okay, here. Oh, okay, it's okay. I had 3 seconds. I was thinking about this move or that move. And when I saw that this king would move and attack my queen, I thought maybe I'll throw this in first to get something here. But I guess that doesn't make sense. I could have just done this. And then there, I could have done that. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I got over 30, right? I said I wanted 30. I got 32. But don't I want better? Don't you want better? Let me do one more 5 minute. I have done survival in the past. I got 55 one time. I think I was like sitting in an airport or something. And it ended up being such a long exercise. I'm pretty sure, I can't validate this. I'm pretty sure one time I had my phone and I did way more than 55. Like I think I had like 61 or 62. But then I like the app closed or something and I lost it and I was like so bummed out. So I haven't done it since then and I'm not going to do it now. It's too long. I don't know if that's ever happened to anybody else. But let's do 5 minute. And then I guess we'll call it a night after that. Hopefully you have a good week ahead. So now that I have more time, I should be slightly more deliberate about my moves. Look at all the block. I don't like all the blocking moves. It just feels like it's... Ooh, I almost just mouse slipped. I almost put the king on the... Not the king. I almost put the queen on the wrong square. I don't see it. This move looks nice because it threatens mate and the queen has to move. Oh, no, she doesn't. I was thinking the queen had to go here. Okay. Sometimes I'm too fixated on checks that if it's not a check, it takes me like another long moment. This and then queen is going to have to give herself up. Yep, but that pawn looked scary for a second. Oh, I like this. Pin, fork. I like that one. I've seen that one many times. This. There. No, that doesn't feel right. This. Why? What's the problem? Why doesn't this feel right? If this, take... Flush the queen away. Yeah, that was the idea. Boom. Take it. I could promote to a rook, which is why the puzzle had to stop. Because you can't have two solutions. I should have explained that further. So I need to pivot a check, right? I need to do something. Oh, no. What's wrong with this? Why just take this? How hilarious is that? I was like, oh, I have to do some of this stuff. I can remove the defender of that bishop right here because the knight was guarding it and the knight had to retreat. Dovetail. That's the only one I feel like I really know the name of. This one I like. Pin. That rook is pinned. Take. Knight here. How do you stop mate? Well, like you could block with the rook, but then that move hits and now your rook has to move. And maybe you can play rook here. That looks insane. There's no way. Really? No, that's not right. Because that's not even true. They could take it. Am I scared of this? Check. Yeah, I definitely am scared. Or else I will get mated. So maybe I just have to move this. Here. Okay, that's not how you do it. But it's funny, the first move was right. Let's hit this. If you take my bishop, it's a fork. Okay, I obviously cannot take... I can't put this here because then they would take with check. So I'd have to move. The question is, where do I move? If I move here it feels very dangerous. But here feels also very dangerous. What astute observations. And that's, of course, very sarcastic. Both of them feel very bad. If I do this, it just kind of feels like I'm breaking the rules to go in the corner like that. Let's see. If I go here, I'm just, what am I afraid of? What am I afraid of in either case? I picked wrong. Yep, that's how it goes. If you don't calculate, you mess up. Rook is pinned. Rook is trapped. Oh, I didn't see that. Take. Hold on. What is happening? Why am I not like seeing what's happening? Take. This one is not. I got 30 last time. Okay. Why am I like not? I'm struggling to see the basics sometimes. I win the pawn? Was that the idea that I win the pawn? No, that can't be it. Take here. Bang bang. Pin? No, because they could block. Put it on my own piece. They can block with check. Instead, go this direction with it. No. I have 19 seconds. Maybe I can just get away with this. Yeah. It looks scary, but then again, concrete lines. Concrete lines, and then I just guessed the first one. Concrete lines. Okay, yeah. So let me think about this one more. So maybe that was a pawn that I just took? Can I go back? If I hit this, what happens? Oh no, I didn't take a pawn. I could have just played here instead, and then knight here. King here. That move feels right. But again, it's not about how it feels. Queen here would want it. Yeah, so check, there, mate. Eek. That's what they call messing up. All right, let's keep going. This is fun. Hopefully I'm not the only one having fun here, but chess is just great, and this is always stuff to do, and it's Sunday night. This is what life's about. All right. Take it. Oops. Take it here. No. Yes. I have to always ask myself. Believe it or not, I am checking some of these things before I do them. It may not feel like it at times, because it's like bad, but I'm trying. That's checkmate. I think I just take the bishop. Yeah, I was wondering if I had a way to win with the other material on the board. And the answer was no. Oh, I like this one. I've seen that. I've seen this exact puzzle before. I've definitely seen it. Check, and I win that bishop. I see that my bishop is being attacked, or that my queen's being attacked. I could just take this, right? Yeah. Why are they doing that? Can I just go? What's the issue? Oh, it's just one of those things. I can just take this. Some of these things I don't even see like what I'm supposed to miss. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, why can't I just take that? And you just think I must be doing something wrong. But nope. Take there. Boom. It's white's move. Okay. Can I just do this? Why can't I just do this? Can I just do this? Okay, I can't. I missed something. Block that out. Here. Oh, no, I did it again. This is smothered. I love this pattern. This one I know I can get right. I went the wrong direction. I was doing well. This feels wrong too, somehow. But we're back to the dovetail. Here. No, Frank, what are you doing, man? I was thinking, oh, just here. Oh my goodness gracious. I missed mate in one. That's rough. All right. Well, I think I'll do one more. Once I end on 30, I'm calling it. Oh, this is a 5 minutes. So I guess when I end on 30 with this, it's fine. I should be able to do that. I forgot that was a 5-minute one. I was going a little too fast. When I end on 30, at least, I will call it a night. For everybody who has come in and stayed or all that stuff, just thank you. I appreciate the time. It's always nice to share an interest with more people. And feel free to drop in from time to time. This feels right. Yep. This looks right. This looks like a free piece. Am I missing something on that? No, I'm not. This looks also like mate. Am I supposed to buy this tempo first? Is that the idea? I was just going to take the queen. Okay. Again, eek. I need to trade. This is the way to trade because the king is so far away. Okay. Here, here, here. Took a second. This pawn is pinned. Take stuff. Take stuff if it's free. Only if it's free, take stuff. Don't follow my life advice if it's not. Oh, okay, it works. For a second, I thought the bishop was going to cover that square, but the bishop was here. That doesn't make sense. Let's go here. Let's go here. And you win the game. Do I play here first? But then, nope, I would get mated. So you have to hit. Oh, no, I had to go there. I put in the wrong square. Here, I have 2 strikes already. I have to be careful. Don't want to get another strike. What's wrong with this? The king has this square. And then I have this, and then I have mate. Like this. Yep. Okay. This feels like one of those where you push, and then you play queen here. Or no, you do the other way around. You do this first, and then you play... Okay, well, if the knight would have gone back, it's the same idea. And then use that shoulder. Shoulder that king. Shoulder that king. Use those broad shoulders. Okay, I recognize there's something that has to be done here, like this, and then like that. Yep. All right. I have to take this, right? There's no other thing to do. Oh, there's so many ways to go wrong. But this one feels relatively straightforward. Okay, this feels like the right move. We're at 30. We got to 30. Okay. Take? No. Because I'll be giving up a check. This. Do I care about my rook? Probably. I'm going a little too fast still. I'm not sure. Take this. If they take, what do I have? Push this? Take this? Yeah, that feels right. I don't know about that. I have to do this. And then bishop here is mate. Because the pawns... Which way are the pawns going? I've seen this kind of puzzle before. You're trying to get them. Yeah, like this. And then mate to follow. Yeah. Okay. I was making sure I didn't misinterpret which directions I was going. Or what direction I was going. How you stop a mate? Rook there. Hold on. The rook there stops mate. Queen there stops mate. Okay, well don't give them the opportunity. Sack the piece. Yes, I like that. There, take. Okay, that feels good. That is pinned. I can just take that, but is there some counter strike that they have? No. This looks like one of those Greek gift things. But of course, the king's going to run up the board, and I'm not so sure what to do now. Here? Oh my gosh. How many moves? I wasn't expecting any of that. Do this. Nope, my rook is hanging. Oh my gosh, I almost just blew that. Oh no, go, go, go. I have 2 seconds. Ah! Right here. Ah, right there is mate. Dang it. I got 37. 37's a pretty solid way to end it, I think. I was saying 30 and I got 37. It's funny, my rating is about 2,000 and all my puzzles like end up. That's not where I cap off every time. But this is mate, right? Check. King can't go here, can't go here, can't go here, can't go to any of these. I saw it, but I couldn't execute it. Okay. Not too bad. Well, I think that's going to be it. I really appreciate everybody who stopped by and for the few of you left over. But yeah, great. Well, thank you all. And until next time, have a good evening and day ahead.